Hey, welcome everyone to our webinar today. On such short notice, right? Things are moving fast over here. We got a lot of things going on, a lot of moving parts, and we know that we wanted to get the information and give you an opportunity to be with us and see us here as soon as we could. And so this was the best time. We have a lot of other things going on, so this kind of fit into the schedule. So thank you everyone for meeting us and being with us here today. This is going to be awesome. Have a chance to meet the CEO of Roomvo, who is Pawel Rajszel, and we're gonna hear from him here in just a second. We thought that we would start this in fact, I am going to turn my phone off so we don't get, because that will undoubtedly happen right in the middle. Okay, I'm good now. We thought we would start this today by showing just a few clips from the press conference. I think most of you know that the day before Surfaces, before TEAS, we had a press conference where we announced this merger acquisition that we're kind of in the middle of here, and gave some information. So we thought we would just play just a few little highlights from that if you didn't have the chance to see it, just to kind of introduce a little bit of what we're going to talk about here today, and then we'll go from there. So let me share my screen and get this video going for us. Hold on for 1 second. And hopefully you'll be able to hear the sound. If not, Aaron, you're going to have to give me the big whatever it is. I've got share sound clicked. All right, here we go.
This is the pen that we used. Sign the deal. It is a very special pen. It's a very special pen, not only because we used pen to sign the deal, it has an engraving on it. And that engraving reads, dealer power. This pen, like our deal here, represents our commitment to the industry. A very long-term commitment. It's the biggest investment that we've ever made. And dealers are the lifeblood of this industry. We are devoted to delivering more value and supporting their needs, and we're going to innovate and work together to continue to support the industry and bring new products and services and remarkable service to the whole industry.
What we are doing today is an effort to protect the best interests of our customers and the industry, and to ensure that they are treated fairly now and into the future. I really believe that's what we're doing. To me, this is much more than legal contracts and money. Safeguarding the industry is a responsibility that Pawel is now called on to shoulder. I fully believe that he is the man to do it. I believe that he has the best interest of the industry in mind. I believe that he feels the weight of what is coming. He has my trust, and I believe that this is the right person and the right time to take this on.
Right. Let me unshare here. Let's see. Did it already unshare? Can you still see the video screen there, Pawel?
Yes, I can still see it.
Oh. How is it? Let's see. Huh. Then I want to unshare. I don't know how to unshare. It looks like it's unshared, but oh, here we go. All right. That just goes to show you that I don't do this all the time. There we go. Now you can't see the video screen, right? All right, I'm going to let you share your screen now. Go ahead and share yours, and we'll start this little presentation that you have.
Thank you, Chad. Yeah, so I've got a quick slide deck to share with all of you here, just covering a few points, getting to know us better and kind of what we've got planned. And after that, would be happy to take questions and talk further. So without further ado, I will find my screen here and I'll share that with you now. So you should see the Roomvo plus QFloors slide here.
They can see it. We're good.
Perfect. Okay, well, let me do a quick intro to myself first. This is me with my twin girls. They just turned 4 a few months ago, and you can see I'm getting ready to travel. I've been on the road a lot over the past few months and actually years, and continue to travel a lot. And this is them giving Daddy a hug goodbye as I depart. And you know, interesting tidbit that I learned. We were very surprised to have twins, and they're supposed to be identical twins. So I thought, identical twins, they're going to be identical in personality and everything. But found that right from the beginning, they started to diverge. Their personalities are actually quite unique, and they're quite different. So they're not the identical that I thought they would be, which is an interesting twist, and love them to bits. So that's a little bit about me here.
And you live in Toronto, right?
Living in Toronto.
Okay.
And right now we just got snowed in, actually. It's very cold here. And to add to that, we just got like probably 2 feet of snow or something like that. We have a snow day. We've been snowed in, and actually the girls are with us at home because you can't really move around much. So that's the benefits of being in Toronto. Yeah, and maybe quick overview about us at Roomvo, and for those of you who are not as familiar with us. We have been growing very quickly. We're known for our visualizer. We're known for Roomvo, the visualization platform, which is basically you take a picture of your room and we can swap out the floor, we can swap out different pieces of the room and show your customers what that product, what that floor will look like that they're interested in before they end up buying it. So, you know, buying flooring is a very risky process. It's a very expensive process. And once you put it in, it's not like Amazon where you can just like return something if you don't like it. So we allow your customers to visualize what flooring will look like before you actually install it. And this has been a very big value driver for the industry. It has allowed lots of consumers to purchase flooring that they might otherwise have not purchased, and it helps close deals. It helps increase sales. So we've had a tremendous amount of success and traction with that. And since then, we've released numerous additional products and services. But long story short, on this point, we've been growing very quickly. We've been actually deemed one of the fastest growing tech companies in North America. Deloitte, the accounting firm, puts out this list of the fastest growing companies on the continent. And we've been on that list not once, not twice, not 3 times, but actually 4 times in a row now. And one thing that really sets us apart is that I think we're the only tech company that has actually been on this list that serves the flooring industry. And you know, very blessed to have been there 4 times in a row and continue to invest in innovation and continue to grow. We've got millions of people using Roomvo each and every single month, and all around the world. We've got customers using Roomvo in over 150 countries every single month. We've got relationships with key suppliers, hundreds of integrations with brands that you work with, and that allows us to serve up the great experiences that we have. And at this point, we've actually helped visualize over 1 billion products in Roomvo. So very proud of that, and obviously, you know, being used in a big way. We've grown not only in terms of the amount of customers that we reach and consumers that use us, but in fact, we also have a very big employee base. At this point, we've got close to 300 people that are all working on what I would say is the most ambitious roadmap in the industry. And there's a heavy expertise in artificial intelligence and scalable systems. And so very excited to bring that, bring those benefits to all of you here. And I'd say, you know, obviously one thing that really sets us apart is the technology that we have. It provides real business results. It's not just kind of gimmicky, flashy stuff. It's things that increase engagement with your business, engagement with your products, increase customer satisfaction, and ultimately hitting your, you know, increasing your sales and providing value to your businesses. So we're really proud of that and excited about continuing that together with QFloors, as they have a very similar innovation and service-oriented mindset. This is the pen that we used to sign the deal, and you saw in that clip how I mentioned it had that very special engraving on it. That engraving is very deliberate, and it's not just for show or for saying. It actually, that engraving is there. So just wanted to prove that in case, you know, obviously you couldn't see it in that little clip that we played. But we're very serious about it. This does represent the biggest investment that we've made, that we've ever made. And it represents the commitment we have to the industry. And we're very excited to continue on that path and continue to deliver value to the industry and continue to earn your trust. I've got some cultural values here on this slide. I think it's important to highlight these because we have really phenomenal people. And I don't just mean at Roomvo, I mean at QFloors as well. You know, Chad and Trent and the team have built an outstanding team there. And I think we've got a very significant amount of alignment, of cultural alignment, and in terms of mission and vision. And I just want to call that out because I think it's very special. It's very unusual for companies that come together to be as well aligned as we were and are. And I think when companies are as aligned as us, you know, really great things happen. And as I mentioned, we've got a phenomenal team. There's a phenomenal team across the board. And so we've got, you know, we really have a 1 + 1 = 3 or 5 or 10 kind of scenario here, which we're all very excited about. And I think the cultural aspects are really something that that shine here. And maybe just to call out a few of those key cultural values, our teams really care about the details. They care about the details not only in terms of our products and our businesses, but they care about your products and your businesses, and they want to get to know you and develop those relationships with you. And I think that gives us a big edge. I know that the QFloors team has been very highly rated for their level of service and support for the industry, and we want to continue to reinforce that and continue to invest in that, and you'll see more of that as we go. And that's something that at Roomvo we have also been very focused on, and I think has led to much of our success as well. And you know, something that I think is also important to highlight is our teams really care. We care about our communities, we care about our people, and we care about our customers. And that's a big differentiator, even though it might sound like something that maybe, you know, doesn't necessarily, like it's not the product, it's not something that you can tangibly necessarily see, but it is something that drives decisions. It's something that is reflected in the way that we treat our customers. And I'm really proud of that. And that's something that we want to maintain and reinforce as well. So just wanted to share that with you because I think we've got a phenomenal team, and it's two teams coming together that are really aligned, which I think makes special things happen, and we're very complementary as well. Complementary not only in terms of our people, but also in terms of our products. And we can highlight some of that as we go here, but As we combine, at this point, we have over 7,000 independent flooring retailers that are using Roomvo and QFloors in some shape or form every single day. That gives us tremendous reach. That's a testament to the value that we bring and the validation by the industry that really encourages us to continue to invest in the industry here. We also have hundreds of relationships with manufacturers, with buying groups, with different partners in the industry, which gives us a significant advantage. And as I mentioned before, over 300 people at this point that help to serve this industry. And with that, I also mentioned the complementary services that we're bringing together. At this point, with this combination with QFloors, we are now effectively a full service digital platform that serves all the needs of flooring dealers, all the way from not only business management solutions with QFloors, payments, electronic showroom tags, custom websites, digital advertising, the whole gambit. We're effectively a full service one-stop shop for all digital needs by dealers. And you'll see us investing a lot more in that as well. And really, we're bringing together all these tools and services so that you guys have better and easier ways of managing your business, more efficiency in your operations, so that you can provide better customer experiences and be able to drive more sales and be more successful. So we're really looking forward to that. And I think we've got some key advantages that really set us apart from anyone else. I'll just spend a couple minutes highlighting some of those. We've got this track record of innovation, and we will continue to aggressively invest in innovation. If you just looked at us a few years ago, you wouldn't recognize us. I mean, we were singularly just doing one thing, and I think it goes the same way with QFloors. You've seen just over the last few years, we've introduced on the Roomvo side, custom websites, social media management, digital advertising, kiosks, all these different products and services. And then on the QFloors side, you've seen us release payments, being able to take payments in your showrooms. You've seen electronic showroom tags, QR codes, and all these, being able to service very big dealers, commercial flooring dealers. So we've really been innovating just in the last few years, and we will continue that tradition heavily. And on top of that, we really value servicing and supporting our customers. There have been numerous studies, as I mentioned just moments ago, about the quality of service that you receive from QFloors, and I want us to maintain that and actually continue to improve that. And I think we really deliver a significant amount of value to the industry. It's a very cost-effective set of tools, very reasonably priced and affordable to everybody. And those that can, we believe everyone should be able to benefit from having these tools to help them run their businesses. And so that's going to continue to be a key tenet of what we do. We obviously have numerous industry partnerships that we will continue to leverage in ways to bring more benefit to you as our customers. And something that I think is also worth highlighting here is as the retail landscape is changing a little bit in the flooring industry, I know many dealers are actually branching outside of just the plain vanilla flooring that they offer. And we can be right there beside you and supporting you in those expansions, going into things like cabinets, countertops, wall coverings, rug sales. All these things are things that we can actually support on the visualization side. And so as we move forward here, you can trust us to actually be able to service you with additional product verticals. If you're looking to sell additional product lines, we will be able to support you there as well. So those are just some advantages that I think we have that are worth highlighting. And I touched on some of these before, but I just want to reemphasize that now that we've come together, we really have this one-stop shop, full-service digital platform for all of you. And these are available today. In terms of the online dimension, we've got websites. We've got nearly 1,000 independent flooring retailers that use our websites already, the Roomvo sites. We've introduced custom websites in the last few months, and we've already got a big backlog of demand for those sites. We do digital advertising now, and actually I would really implore you to look into that on our side. You'll find that we come in at a fraction of the cost of others that you might be used to. We've done some past customers who are benefiting from costs as low as $25 per lead. So these are industry-leading lead costs and performance metrics in digital advertising. So I think those are really key areas that you should inquire about with us. If you're not advertising already, then you should explore it with us. And if you are advertising, I think you should explore it with us because we can probably save you a lot of money and get you better results. AI chatbots is another thing we've introduced several months ago. So these are not just generic AI chatbots. These are actually specifically geared to the flooring industry and going as deep as being specific to your store. So these chatbots can be put on your website for a very affordable fee. They work 24/7. They never take vacations. They never take time off. They don't complain. And they're able to provide great answers immediately to your customers about your store hours, about the products that you sell, about the promotions that you're running, and be an effective guide to your RSAs, as well as drive more traffic into your showrooms. So would highly implore you to look into those. We've expanded a significant offering in terms of having more technology that's valuable in your showrooms. I mentioned payments before through QPay, so we can take very cost-effective payments and in many cases save you thousands of dollars every single month right to the bottom line. We do QR codes so you can tag your showroom and make it easier for your customers to shop around in the showroom. We've got electronic showroom tags. This allows you to automatically update pricing in your showroom with one click of a button, synchronized with your QFloors software, so that you just change your price in one place, and all of a sudden, all your showrooms get updated automatically. I mean, it's really cost-effective, massive value add, and would highly encourage you to ask us more about that. And then we've got these kiosks, which are, unfortunately now, they've been sold out. They've been sold out every time we get more stock. We just keep selling out of all of them. But these are incredible large touchscreen displays that you put in your showroom and provide a great customer experience for those people who come into the showroom and are expecting kind of something different and unique. And it's a great closing tool. If you can see that flooring in your own space on a big screen in the showroom, and you can compare, A versus B, like one floor versus another. When you can see it on that big screen, it really helps the customer make a decision and accelerates the whole sales process. So really encourage you to look into that.
Pawel, can I interject real quick about the payments? We just went through how many trade shows? I don't know. We've been on the road for so long. And I will tell you, I ask all of the customers that come by, like, what do they think about QPay? And not once over the last 2 months. And I'm telling you, people are not saying, oh yeah, it was okay. No, they're like saying, this is one of the best things I've ever done. And so it's more than just, people think it's just putting your credit card in and that kind of a thing. And it's not. It's a whole experience of a better experience for the customers. It helps close new deals. It helps on your AR side of it. And I just really have not had any negative feedback. It's incredible. I mean, usually somebody's going to complain about something, you're never that good. And it's just been one of the highest, rated or highest, I don't know, complimented on products that we've ever released. And so I think I'd just add that in there. If you haven't looked at it, or if you haven't looked at it recently, we've added a bunch of new features over the last year, and that really help in a lot of different ways. So I think I just add that in there. The QR codes and electronic showrooms are pretty new, but the initial reaction is very positive too from the people that are using it. So.
And Chad might not know this, but I've actually spoken to several dealers who are using the QPay, the payment solution, and I can completely mirror what Chad is saying. In fact, it's even better than that. I think, Chad, you might be underselling it a little bit, because from what I'm hearing, people are raving about how it saves them thousands of dollars every single month. So it's putting cash money into your pocket every month. And on top of that, it's saving them time in terms of, reducing the amount of entries you have to do and manual inputs, and reducing the risk of, human error. Like, you might mistype something as you click around and do things the old fashioned way. So that's a very big benefit, and definitely valuable. By the way, Chad, how much is QPay?
It's free. There's no cost. There's nothing to get into. I mean, that's the thing, is it's just a service that we provide, right? And like Pawel was saying, there is a processing fee that goes along with that, but almost all the time, we're saving people money, a lot of money there. But the thing I think people don't realize is, if you close 1 or 2 or 3 more cells, because you can send them a payment and they can just type it in. They don't have to give you their credit card. I mean, that's worth more than anything. You sell 1 more cell a month, which people are doing with this. It's a huge win. And so people don't often think about that. They think about, oh, what's the rate, or what's the this. We got great rates. That there's no question, and we're saving people there on the rates. But it's more than that, and people just have to know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's the whole back office set of tools that we have. There's the lead management side of things, and we're coming up with, we'll be releasing numerous new capabilities as we go over the next few months on this front. You've obviously got the business management solutions with QFloors. There's sample management that we provide through the RSA app that we have, and numerous sales tools for your RSAs, actually, so that you can more easily manage your leads, so that you can keep track of the samples that are leaving the store, and so that you can get analytics and information about how well you're doing, and how your sales team is doing. Those capabilities, by the way, the RSA app, those are actually without cost for dealers. So would implore you to get that from us as well. And you're already getting the business management solutions through QFloors. So looking to invest even more there and expand those capabilities. But those are all there. And then on the visualization front, in the past year, we launched an AI designer. So it's not only being able to visualize what floors look like in a room, we've got an AI designer that can actually guide the consumer and the RSA as to what might look best in those rooms, and help customers remodel their rooms entirely. So all within seconds, as if a professional interior designer kind of put it together. So we've got those capabilities. We've got the ability to visualize samples and see kind of close-ups, so that you can see samples in very high definition without necessarily actually physically getting it, although we have the ability to order those and make that whole process more efficient as well. And then we've got full room visualization capabilities now as well. So it's not only visualizing just the floor. We can also help you visualize different paint colors on the walls, different backsplashes and different tile, different countertops, different art decor, putting rugs together with the new floor that you buy. All of these things are visualization capabilities that we have today, and we'll continue to expand upon. So as you can see, we've got a very broad reach and platform of suite of products that meet digital, all your digital needs. And I just want to emphasize that Roomvo is definitely no longer just a visualizer. We've got this whole digital platform for all of your needs. And we're really excited about working together with QFloors here and joining forces with them, because we'll be able to add even more value together to everything that we already do. And then there's new things that we'll be coming out with that we're really, really excited about. That goes to say, when other companies acquire companies, they usually have a playbook in mind where, they might increase prices, they might reduce staff, they might cut costs, and then, and not really invest in innovation. We're doing the complete opposite. We are actually investing even more in innovation. We are actually adding headcount. We've hired more people in the past month than in a while, all working towards these areas. And we've got a significant amount of traction and interest that we're very excited to leverage and continue to grow and continue to invest. And on the cost side of things, on the service side of things, I think we are already industry leading in all those areas, but we're actually looking to invest even more there as well. So this is a very unique and a very different situation than maybe you might have seen elsewhere in the industry. We are very excited about it, and looking forward to add more value to your lives and your businesses.
Awesome. Yeah, I will comment. I don't know how much of the press conference everyone saw, but this isn't. We call it a merger acquisition. I think that's what we're trying to term it as. It's kind of a look. We're here. We're not looking to leave. We're looking to grow this and to provide more opportunity. And I just saw this was a way where we could do that with our customers. And I also felt like, just very strongly, you saw it in the video, that look, both of us together, we're very interested in making sure that that there's a great option for people to land in within the industry, protect the industry, make sure that we provide a really good, solid tech stack for the customers. And that's why I got into it in the first place, 25 years ago. It was because I felt like the industry was underserved with the offerings that were there. And my dad was a dealer and he was underserved, I felt. And so we all got together and said, hey, we can do better than this. That's why we got into it in the first place. And I think this is just an extension of that from my perspective. So anyway.
And Chad, I noticed in the there's like a Q&A box here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Canadians asking, can we get QPay? Is QPay available in Canada?
It isn't for Canadian dealers yet, right? But obviously, this is something that that we can now work towards. We've kind of got this full set of features, being able to offer it to our Canadian customers now. The same thing will be high on our list here, so we can do that. And I think Roomvo brings some opportunities there because they have quite a footprint in Canada, and so internationally you've seen that, and so they're going to be able to help us expand outside of the United States in a lot of our offerings, not just QPay, but in other offerings that we have, right?
Yeah.
So that's one key thing there. There's a question here that says, what are the tools for the RSAs?
Yeah, I can take that. So we've got this RSA app. It's available for free as well, where it's kind of like your RSA command center, if you will. You can open it up when you're with a customer. You can get details about products. You can visualize those products. You can capture the customer as a lead. You can help the customer check out a sample and then track it. And I think there's some really interesting capabilities there. You can also manage your leads, right? If you capture all those leads, you can manage your leads. There's some really powerful capabilities that we have day one already, and that we will be rolling out over the next few weeks and months, which is that once those consumers are captured as leads, now we can actually help you with artificial intelligence. We can help you push different notifications and communications to those leads to help you, or help the RSAs, convert them into customers, have them come back to the showroom, re-engage them, and not just let them dwindle away, which is what's prone to happen if you don't use any tools like this.
And also, I'll just add into there, I think you're grabbing leads from not just this RSA tool, but you're grabbing them from the visualizer, and you're kind of putting them all in one place. And then those leads come down into the QFloors lead screen also. So there's a connection there already that we have. And yeah, so it's there's already things that we're doing together. We've been working together already in the past. And so those kind of things are all already in place. Let's see. There's another question. If we are using QFloors now, when do I need to move over to QPro? Okay, so we have some webinars about this too, with more specifics where we've showed QPro and pretty recently. So there are some other webinars where we have more details about this. But our expectation right now, we do have people using QPro without the accounting. Like they'll be using QPro with QuickBooks or with another accounting system. So that's been in place here for a while. It's the accounting portion that we've been working on for QPro, and coming up to the end of the development cycle on this, we expect to be testing in a beta test format this summer, and start moving our QFloors customers that are in QFloors with QFloors accounting over to our new QPro accounting later on this year, by the end of this year. So that's kind of the expectation that we have. Hopefully that answered that.
And we are planning to also release additional web-based capabilities that help you tap into all the data that you have and the capabilities that you might want to have for mobility, being able to access things from your phone, from a tablet, and make that transition to being in the cloud and all the benefits that QPro provides, being able to make that transition very seamless.
Right, here's a question that I think I'm going to need to answer, since I had a meeting today on this. Will there be a way for customers that can digitally sign and accept a proposal? And I think that's from QFloors or QPro. Right now, the solution that we have is there are many commercial solutions like DocuSign or Zoho Sign, or there's some commercially commercial products out there that already do this, but we understand we need to make this more integrated with QFloors and with QPro. And I will tell you that we had a meeting just today, like 3 or 4 hours ago, with the Roomvo team. So this is now a collab that we have going, and we're looking at all the different methods to be able to do this, maybe even in the short term and something more long term. So we're looking at a lot of different options there. You should hear more about this in the coming months about what we will be doing. So I would say by the summertime, we'll have a really good idea of how this will all work. But for right now, you would use DocuSign or Zoho Sign or one of those.
Chad, there was a question just to come back to the tools for RSAs. I believe some people are asking where can they actually get it or learn more. If they provide their email addresses, then we can put them on a list and start signing them up. Otherwise, maybe we can send out an email after this webinar that can point people in the right direction so they know where to get some of the things that we're talking about or how they can take next steps. Okay. So if you're interested in that RSA app that I just discussed, just drop your email into the chat somewhere. We'll take care of you. Look out for some emails after the webinar to learn more.
Is the measuring software built in? I imagine that they're talking about Measure Square, I think is where the question lies. We have, for many years now, 20 years, had a relationship with Measure Square. And currently that is our offering, and we've been great partners with them for many, many years. Don't see that changing. And so we sell and support Measure Square. It's built in, we have integrations built into our software. And we actually have the most advanced integrations of anybody in the industry with Measure Square and QPro already. We've looked at those integrations, and they're top notch. From Measure Square, you can access the QPro catalog on the fly and just drop products right into Measure Square. So that's an enhancement that we have coming in QPro. And even with QFloors, we have the integrations where we take the diagrams, put them into Document Manager. We can bring the measurements over. So yes, Measure Square is our measuring platform. We sell it, we support it, and that's what we use. I don't know about built-in. I'm not sure what that means exactly, but that is the answer of what we have. If you have a follow-up to that, let me know, or else let me know and I can call you also. Let's see, is there any plan to update the QPro UI to a more integrated workflow that includes business analytic dashboards and reporting? I would just say this, if you're on QPro or haven't seen QPro, we'll take if you give us your name, it looks like this is an anonymous person here, but there is a dashboard already built into QPro. If you come right into QPro, there are dashboards, widgets, all that kind of stuff. It's already there. So if you haven't seen QPro lately, it's there. And I think that that's what you're referring to, the business analytics, the dashboards, and the reporting. And those dashboards are specific to your role in the company, meaning the salespeople have their widgets, the owners have their widgets. It's awesome. It's top notch. It's like BI, if anybody knows what BI is, because that's what most companies use, is this external reporting software called BI. This is like BI inside of QPro, right? It's not external, it's inside of QPro itself. So it's a great feature. Thank you for calling it out, because I think we've already got that one checkbox right there. So and call our sales department. They'll give you a better demo on that if you would like. Any plans in the future to have a separate estimate, invoice, and work order? Any plans in the future to have a separate estimate, invoice, and work order? Chris, I think I'm going to take this one with you offline. I'll get your Christopher Adu. Let me get that. I just want a little bit more information about what you're looking for, because from my perspective, we already kind of have that. I'm not really sure exactly. Let me just take that with you offline so I can dig down a little bit deeper about what you're looking for. Let's see here. Oh, somebody says this, Pawel, 100% happy about this collaboration. There we go. Yeah, I don't know, Pawel, maybe you can comment on this, but over the last couple of weeks, has become more public? I mean, I'm hearing just positive. I think people are catching the vision of what we're doing here, what we're trying to do. And as they do, I mean, initially there was a lot of shock. I know to my customers, they're like, oh, what's going on? But no, as people have understood it and internalized this a little bit more, I think this is they're getting more excited. Everybody's getting more excited about where this can go and what this can be and what it already is, right? What we're already doing here. So I don't know if you want to comment on that. What you're
the spectacular experience that surfaces. We had people stopping us in the hallways. We had people stopping us at dinner. It was coming to the booth. It was a surreal experience. The support from the industry was just overwhelmingly positive and honestly very touching. And it just motivates us even further to keep doing what we're doing, and we're really grateful for everybody's support on this. We've had, as I mentioned, the kiosks sold out. The custom websites are in a backlog. We've got all this traction on digital advertising and everything that we're doing. I know the e-tags are really taking off, and QPay, we've got a whole bunch of additional signups there, and people are really talking about and excited about all the things that we're going to be doing together here. So the support is incredible, absolutely incredible, and thank you.
There's a comment on the weight rack there. They want to see you post weights right there in the background.
The weight rack. So I'm in my basement. For those who can't tell, I've been relegated to the basement since COVID. And I just ended up setting up shop here with my whole desk and office stuff on one side, and then I've got the squat rack on the back. It is for squats. I do the squats, but I also do the shoulder press. You can do it all. You can also do chin-ups. And if you're ever in town, hit me up and maybe we can do some sets together.
Hey, I don't know if you know this, but Trent, our CFO, right? He held the squat record for our high school.
Holy cow! I'm not surprised. He's got some pipes on him.
yeah. So you probably don't want to challenge him. Here's one that I don't really know. Can you use the Knowledge Center to provide the RSA info? Do you know what that is, the Knowledge Center?
Maybe that's putting some of the RSA app information into the QFloors Knowledge Center, which we could start doing. There's a whole bunch of updates that we could start making to the Knowledge Center and helping people find more information more easily in online and everything that we do.
So you have something called the Knowledge Center?
We don't, but maybe we should call something like that the Knowledge Center.
Yeah, I think this sounds like RSA information. So I'm guessing RSA information about the products. That's what it sounds like. From a knowledge perspective about product. I'm guessing.
Maybe Stephanie can provide more clarity to her question.
Let's give her a call back.
She said the QFloors support center, so I think she's talking about the QFloors support site.
Yeah, and in that case, we should be supplementing that site with a lot of the things that we now do on the Roomvo side. And admittedly, we have not actually updated that the QFloors support site with the Roomvo information. So we should make a note of that.
Yeah, if it's training, if it's a knowledge-based training on QFloors or QPro, the answer to that question, let me answer that question. We are revamping everything in QPro to be state-of-the-art training. We understand that QFloors, the training material is a little bit older. We didn't want to totally revamp that and then, be going over to QPro here shortly. So we continue to add to our QFloors site, knowledge-based site. But the QPro one will be completely different with integrated videos and text. I think people will really like what we're going to do there. So maybe I'll just answer it that way. Does Roomvo offer an email text marketing application that can be used to with prospective and current customers? So I'm guessing that's email campaigns and stuff from Roomvo.
We've got some really simple and easy to use capabilities on that front, which I highly encourage you to look into in that RSA app. What we basically do is when you capture a lead, we can push information to that lead on your behalf that contains product information, that contains marketing content for those products, that contains visualization links to see that product in the lead's own room, and reminders about returning samples if they ended up checking out a sample, all this kind of stuff. So I think those are the kind of things that we have, and they're not quite like some kind of enterprise level campaign, if you will. They're just very simple, easy to use capabilities that your RSAs can use to re-engage customers and increase their closing rates. So I would definitely drop your email in the chat if you want to learn more, and we can put you on the list to get that RSA app for your RSAs.
Okay. Will all QFloors customers eventually migrate to QPro, and is there an additional charge for QPro? Would every person migrate? I don't know. Some people don't like, right? They want to stay with, their thing. But will everybody have an opportunity? Yes, absolutely. That is our path forward is QPro. We think that that's where people want to land. Will have the best new features, the best integrations, the best API connections, all of that. That's where people are going to want to land. And the idea is we will have the features that will cover all of QFloors, right? So that everybody can migrate there. Was there another part to that question that I missed?
Are we gonna charge more for QPro?
Oh, charge more. No, like you're grandfathered in. This is something, look, this is where the integrity comes in from Roomvo, right? I've heard Pawel say this. Hopefully I'm not putting words in your, if not, I'm committing you to something maybe you're not one. But no, I've heard this multiple times. Look, what they have come in and said, and this is even after we're going to honor whatever agreements QFloors has made with their customer base. We're not going to come in and not honor what we did, what they've already agreed to. And everybody knows that the migration over to QPro, if you're current on your maintenance fees, will be there is no cost to upgrade, right? You're just going to migrate right over, keep paying us your monthly fees, and you're good. If you are not current on your maintenance, then that's a different story. So that's just really the difference there. But Pawel, did you want to add something there onto that?
Yeah, well, I think
you want to add something onto there.
I do, because I think our combination here coming together is very unique compared to other companies out there. Like, I know when other companies join forces, they'll increase prices and all these cut costs and all these crazy things like that. We're very unique. We're very different in that approach. I can tell you, we're not looking to make more money from you by simply raising prices and having you not have more value. Like, I can tell you honestly, we do want to get more money from you, but it would be through adding more value. We've got additional products and services that we want to release that we would love for you to buy if you're interested in them, and get more value from those. And that's how we want to grow. That's how we want to expand how much money we make, rather than just making you pay more and more and more and more and more for exactly the same thing that you've always had. So we're very aligned on that. And I think what some other folks are doing in the industry is just wrong. You should only pay more if you're getting more value. And, that's just a philosophical difference that we have, and one that we will keep and maintain.
Good. We would love the ability to put a link or a QR code on a QFloors invoice with the ability to link the visualizer with the products on the invoice pre-selected. Do you see this as being possible?
Very possible. Let's make that happen soon.
We've already talked about it. This would probably be more in the QTagger range too, right? Where we have the QR codes, be able to hit that, you would be able to see the products, the visualization, all of that right from the one QR code. We heard you. All right. So our users conference a year and a half ago, this was like a 2-hour topic, right? And our QTagger product is the first move to be able to do exactly what you're talking about right now. So this is step one. Let's get our QTagger technologies in place with QR codes. And then we will link that up in through the visualizers and everything else so that it is a one seamless experience for your customers. So, yep, we're already heading that way. Is there a way for the visualization tools to work with wall tile? What tile goes where, layout options, niche or corner shelf placements, those kinds of things. Measure square is not an option for a lot of us due to the inability to work on a Mac. Why don't you address the first one, then I'll go with the second one.
Short answer to the question is yes. We can visualize wall tile. We can also visualize backsplashes in kitchens. You can also visualize that tile in bathrooms, in shower walls, things like that. So the short answer is yes, we can do that. What tile goes where, layout options, niche or corner shelf placement, those are tougher. Depends how much detail you want to get into, but yes, we can support different tile layouts. We also have dozens and dozens and dozens of the possible tile layouts, as long as those tiles support those layouts. But in order to choose exactly where the tile goes, like if you wanted to just swap out one single tile out of all of them, that one is harder, not something we currently support out of the box. But it is something that we can do for in a commercial setting, which requires some very deep integrations and unfortunately higher costs. So that's something that is, it's kind of like a maybe, depending on how deep you want to go there. It's a more complex tool, let's say, and more expensive and takes more effort to use and learn as a result. And Chad, I guess the last part of the question.
The measure square question here can't work on a Mac. So there's two answers to this here. If you're talking about commercial versus residential. So if you're talking about residential applications, Measure Square works on an iPad and works very well on an iPad. So for any residential applications, that's how it would be used. For commercial, if you're a commercial dealer, I would just recommend buy one, the PC or the Mac, either way. For commercial estimations, it's got to be high power. It's not just the off the shelf PC to do commercial applications. It's got to be some of the latest and greatest hardware for it to work right. And so that's why it's very specific to a PC. So if it's for commercial, my recommendation, buy one PC that runs Measure Square because it's very specialized for that application. Otherwise, for all the residential stuff, you can use an iPad, which is Mac based, right? So, and if you have more questions about that, ping me directly. Just email me, chat@qprosoftware.com, and I'll answer it more specifically. When can we transfer over to QPro? This is a popular question. So for the more than half of our customers, we're looking at it, probably 70% of our customers, it will be by the end of this year. So just depending on the features that you're looking for or need, but that's what we're projecting. If we have an earthquake here or the wildfires come down through the QFloors office or something like that, maybe it'll take longer. I don't know, but we're really anticipating by the end of this year. What is the main difference between QFloors and QPro? John, I know who you are. I'll call you back specifically, and I'm writing your name down right here. And we'll go through and we'll answer that. By the way, anybody else that wants an answer to that question, we have a webinar that goes for more than an hour that can give you very specifics about that.
The short version of the answer is that you get mobility. You get all your data and capabilities are in the cloud, so you can access them from a web browser, from your phone, from a tablet, or from your desktop. And you have more capabilities and more options. Everything is automatically updated and synchronized. You can have multiple people working on things in different places, all on the same data set. So it's very valuable.
And I would just say all the requests that people have had to go into QFloors for years and years that we couldn't put into QFloors are in QPro. So we have this long list of requests, right? And some of them we just couldn't put them into QFloors because of how long it would take or whatever. There's a lot of those things in QPro too. So that's another short answer there. Is QPro a significant jump when it comes to the UI? Absolutely, 100%. That's what Pawel was just talking about. The UI is completely different, and it's more browser-based UI than desktop UI. How does QTagger and Roomvo catalog work together? We're working on that right now. So this is one of the collaborations that is going to be a lot better and easier since we're one company now, that we're going to be able to make those catalogs work together. We're looking at that right now. It's an industry problem, not just our problem. And so we think now that we're joined together here, we can make this happen for our customers. So would you add anything to that? I don't know.
Just so you know about our vision here, the idea is that when you change a price or you change a product in QFloors, that gets reflected everywhere. That gets reflected on your showroom floor with the e-tags. That gets reflected on your website. That gets reflected in your invoices and in all the communication that you have going on with customers. All integrated together, one press of a button makes the change everywhere. And that's a massive time savings, reduces complexity, reduces possibility for errors, and reduces costs because you don't have to have somebody going around the showroom updating the prices all the time and customers having a bad experience because like, well, you told me the price was that, but no, it's actually this. So we're looking to completely revolutionize that whole experience, make it better, bring it into the modern era.
And this makes that possible. I think if we weren't one company, there would still be boundaries that would probably make this more difficult, right? We've seen that already, and taking down some of the boundaries, this is one of the purposes for the mergers to make this technology more seamless all the way through. So that's the way I see it. I'm interested in the process and wait time for the website. I'm interested in the process and wait time for the website.
That's probably for us.
Is that a custom site? Is that a custom site, or maybe address both? What is the wait time for just a normal site?
Good question. Yeah. So on the normal websites that we have, it's a very cost-effective offering. And on that front, you should be able to get a website, frankly, within a day. So like we've got a whole high-tech process where we do all the heavy lifting on our end. And so very easy to get and very quick as well, virtually no wait times. In terms of the custom websites, that's a new capability that we launched in the last few months. And we've had a tremendous amount of traction there. And so we do have a backlog there. And if you join the list, then I would assume that we'd be able to start servicing you. Certainly, depends on the complexity of the custom website you're looking for. but we'd be able to start working on that within the next couple of weeks. So although we've got a big backlog, I mentioned we've been very busy hiring as well. And we've got a lot of proprietary technology as well on our side that actually helps accelerate those onboardings. So I think if you're interested in having a custom website or just a normal website, in either case, you should be reaching out to us, seeing what we can offer. I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised. It's a very modern, compelling offering while also being incredibly cost effective. It's all going to be fully integrated and working together with everything you already have with QFloors.
Thank you. There's a question here. Where do we get access to all the Roomvo tools, and are there packages set up for QFloors users?
Very good question, Justin. We will be putting that together and starting to promote that shortly. We do have some ideas for some packages that you can get. And so, I think our products are already very cost effective. And in many cases, you can actually benefit from the free versions of what we offer, like the RSA app or the Roomvo Assistant. Those are actually all available for free for retailers. But then we have some premium offerings as well that are already cost effective, but due to our merging forces with QFloors here, we'll be offering even more special kind of bundles for existing QFloors customers, and very excited to start pushing that out soon.
Yeah, I think this is more collaboration here will be coming. So do you have a mobile work orders for the installers? We have this package called Installer View, and you can use Installer View now with our very latest releases of QFloors. You'd have to be on our very latest releases because this is something that's happened just this year, where if you push the work order button in QFloors, it will transfer all that information out to Installer View. And so the installer in theory could see the work order, the same one that's in QFloors, they would see it on their phones. I think at this point, we still recommend that when the installer comes in to pick up their stuff, that you still print a work order for them, have them take a paper copy. But it's duplicated now. You can see it in both places. So that's for right now, that's what we have. I think you'll be seeing more advancements on this as we get to QPro. So is there currently a feature for texting stages of work to the customer, including sample checkout, material received, job starting? So I think what they're saying is, how do we keep the customer updated on what's going on with their job? I think this will be something that will be in the RSA, in the CRM product that's coming, where you'll be keeping them notified through the CRM of what's going on with their job. And QFloors will be communicating back to the CRM, to the RSA assistant, all those things, what's going on. But there will be one place where that communication is happening. Yes. Did you want to comment on that anymore?
Yeah, those capabilities will be fully integrated, and we've got sample checkout that's right out of the box already. And in terms of additional steps of the job process, those will also be integrated based on all the information that's in QFloors already. And then we'll be expanding that in the future to give even more capabilities and more visibility.
Thank you. What is the current rate for QPay? So we use what's called the cost plus method for rates, and those rates are based upon volume and some things like that. The best thing, if you want to know what your rate would be or how this compares to what you're currently paying, just contact our sales department, and you can give them your current your statements. I couldn't come up with it. Your current statements and the last 3, and we will give you a full view of what that would look like for you and how much you would save over the next period of time. So that's the short question. Again, we have a full QPay webinar that's on our site that has all the details there about this kind of stuff. Any additional talks with Shaw SFN about expanding that collaboration to more inclusive products like Roomvo websites? So collaboration with Shaw on Roomvo websites.
We've had a phenomenal partnership with Shaw, and for many years now. It's been highly successful, and would love to do even more together. I think there's appetite to do a lot more together based on our expanding capabilities. But already, in terms of the Roomvo websites, these are 100% co-opable websites in terms of the Shaw SFN program. So if you've got BDF funds, you can actually use them 100% towards Roomvo sites. And I'd encourage you to reach out to us if you want to find out more about that. But Shaw has been phenomenal partners, and we're looking forward to doing more of that with them. Not only are the websites 100% co-opable, our kiosks are also co-opable there as well, and a few other bells and whistles that we have going on with them. So reach out to us to learn more, and there's a lot we can do together with Shaw and the SFN program.
As a QFloors customer, do we have access to Roomvo? I'm guessing that's the visualizer.
If it's the Roomvo assistant, you can actually get it without cost. So put your email down, and our team will reach out and tell you how to get it. And then in addition to that, maybe we should send out some additional emails after this webinar to help folks actually start using some of the tools that they can get without any cost. And then there's obviously premium versions of things that you might be interested in getting, things like our websites or our catalogs. But the Roomvo assistant is designed specifically for independent flooring retailers who can get that without any cost. And so you have access to that, yes.
Okay. Where can I find information about what QPro that's different than QFloors? So we talked about that already. Beatrice, we'll reach back out to you. Is there going to be a webinar or a video on migrating to QPro or learning the advantages of QPro? Absolutely. Yeah, we'll have all the training material and everything that will be needed for people to convert and what the differences are. Listen, I'm going to get with you. I've already got your name down. I'll get with you and show you that it's fairly similar in a lot of ways to QFloors. So it's not like you're relearning a bunch of new software. There's a sales screen, a detail screen, job costing screen, material screen, checkbook screen. All the screens are still there. The way you access things are a little bit different. So there's a little bit of training that needs to be done there, but it's not like you're going to be relearning some great big new different piece of software, right? A lot of the same concepts are there, so you'll come up to speed very quickly. How bad is a website backup?
Maybe this refers to what I was saying earlier, that we have a backlog. And so my bad, I may not have communicated that as well as I should have. I don't mean a backup. I mean that we've got a lot of people, a lot of retailers that have that are wanting to get the custom websites from us. And so we've got a backlog there where we have to work through a whole bunch of requests for us to make many of these custom websites. Having said that, it's not that bad. I would, we've made a bunch of hires, and we've got proprietary technology that helps us actually onboard those customers a lot faster. So we should be able to work through that backlog pretty quickly and deliver these custom websites in very short order. And then maybe a custom website isn't necessarily what you'd like. Maybe you just like a plain vanilla type of regular website, which is still amazing. and incredibly cost effective and very competitive compared to other offerings out there. And in that case, there's no backlog. We launch hundreds of these sites just in the last few months. We've launched hundreds of these sites, and these are very, very powerful websites that can help your business. So I would encourage you to look into that and reach out to us for that.
Okay. Can we get somebody to come on site to help us improve our overall business approach? Absolutely. So we offer those on-site trainings and on-site analysis. So get with our sales department and or our support department too. They can help determine what you need, and we absolutely do that. We've had a lot of people this last year that we've just gone back to help them. And you know what? Here's another thing. Every time we've done that, so there's some trending things. Every time we've gone back to a customer that has been on it now for 3 or 4 years, or even 10 years, or we did one that was 20 years just this last year. And the guy and the the owner there was like very skeptical. He's like, "We've been on this for 20 years. What are you going to teach us, right? Well, I mean, we should come teach you and that kind of a thing." Well, their employees convinced them to pay for it for somebody to come, and after 3 or 4 hours, he got a hold of me. He's like, "All right, this was already worth it in 3 hours." So there is a value to that. If you want that and feel like you need that, we absolutely do that. Does QPro? Why is my screen hung up? Oh, there we go. Well, my mouse is hung up. I'm not going to be able to.
I can tell you.
My battery ran out or something. I don't know.
Does QPro currently, or is there a plan to automate customer communication with workflow, scheduling, invoicing, etc.?
Yeah, I think we already talked about that. Let's see, plan to automate the customer communication we talked about. So,
and for the RSA app, we've got these automations for communication on the sales side of things. It looks like this individual is asking about more of the administrative and operational side of things, maybe after the sale, like post-sale communication. And those would be things we would be eager to start looking into after we get all the closing rates up with automated communication there.
all right. Got my battery back, maybe. Let's see. I don't know.
I might need some batteries too, Chad. I got my smoke detector beeping behind me.
Oh, is that what's going on? We all got battery problems.
It started yesterday and I haven't had a chance to replace them. So apologies to everybody for the beeps you're hearing. It is from me. And if you can buy some extra websites from us and things like that, I'll be able to go out to the store and get those batteries and get the smoke detector replaced.
And now I can't see. I'm getting so old I can't see which way the battery goes. All right. We have a competitor's visualizer. Do you know if that is usable for Roomvo? I'm guessing for a Roomvo website, maybe? I'm not sure what that means.
If the question is if we are going to shut you down or not want to work with you because you use a competing visualizer, the answer is no. In fact, we think dealers should have choice. We're not going to lock you into our platform. Many of the products that we offer, they're actually on like a monthly subscription type of basis. We don't try to lock you in for like a year or 2 years into our services. You just pay by the month. And if you don't see the value, you don't have to use it and therefore don't pay. So no hard feelings there. And so if you're using other tools, if you're using competitors' products, power to you. We will support you with that. We'll try to integrate with them in order to give you a better experience. Unfortunately, we can't control them. So like if they're not willing to integrate with us, they're going to be a blocker on that. But we are certainly have a commitment to being open, continuing to work with anybody who will work with us, even if they're a competitor.
Here's a good one. Here's a good question. I worry about Syncly purchasing up all the floor covering software companies. Um, have you had any offers from them? What does that look like? They're trying to buy everybody up to reduce competition. That's the question. I'll let you go first, and then I'll put my 2 cents in here.
Um, this, yeah, I mean, there's only a couple of reasons why somebody would want to buy another company. You're either looking to expand your capabilities, or you're looking to remove a competitor so that you can raise prices and kind of be the only option on the block. I share your concerns. I don't think these kinds of transactions that we've seen that are backed by private equity are good for the industry, because inevitably what they do is they use the private equity playbook, which is increasing prices, cutting costs, and that's just detrimental to your business. We've got a very different approach. I actually used to be in the investment industry, so I know how this works, and I don't believe in it. I don't want to go back to the investment industry. I think what's better for our customers is more innovation, more investment, high quality service at affordable prices, and that's what we're committed to deliver here. We care about the industry. If we wanted to sell out, we would have done so years ago. We wouldn't be joining forces with QFloors and doing what we're doing. So we're in this for the long term, and very much believe in being kind of a safe harbor for the industry, not allowing this kind of private equity money to bully around the industry as we've seen them do here.
Yeah, I think you've said this. I think you've said this publicly too. Both of us have taken a huge risk here financially. Okay. It would have been much easier for us to just sell out, sell our customers out, sell the industry out, and go retire somewhere. And we both chose not to do that. We both are invested in this. And I think that both of us are privately held companies. Neither of us have ever taken any investment money, which means we are not beholden to some investors. We're both developers by trade. We like cool stuff. We like cool products. We've always been that way. I think anybody that's seen our track record knows that. And if you look at the Roomvo track record over the past, years that they've been here, we're just so evenly meshed in what we're doing here that this is not what we're about. And what we've done is actually the opposite. We've basically made a statement to the industry and our customer bases that we're here as a viable option that's not private equity, and we're not going there. And so I don't know how we could make any louder statement that that's not going to happen. I would not have done this deal had I thought that there was even a remote possibility that that was going to happen.
Yeah, and when you have these other interests at the table, as is the case with private equity-backed companies, those companies answer to their investors. Those investors want to make money. That's why they increase prices. That's why they cut costs. They just solely want to make money. So they're going to answer to their investors. In our case, we answer to you. You're talking to the founders. You're talking to the people that actually make the product. Like, we care. This is it for us. This is our life's work.
Yep. Thank you. This next one talks about a suggestion about how we can do better with our inventory system. If you would, please take this, or we'll take this and create a ticket for a suggestion, and then get back to you on that. Chad, I'm sorry. Let's see. We use the full QFloors platform with accounting, maintenance. When can we expect to move to QPro? We're in Canada. Towards the end of this year, most people will be able to. You can email me directly, or we'll take your name down here and we can give you a better idea. I'm due for updates on QPros. Forgive me. A lot of QPro updates. So this was like a half an hour ago. So I think we've answered these questions over the last half an hour. So we'll keep going. For current QFloors customers, is the Roomvo technology being offered as an add-on product? Specifically, I'm referring to the Roomvo visualization functionality for our websites.
So you can get the Roomvo Assistant for free without any cost, and
That's the visualizer, right? When you say assistant,
yeah,
that's the visualizer, right?
that you can add to your website, add to any website, and actually it's very easy to put it on. It's one line of code that you just copy and paste onto your site. But then there's deeper integrations that we're talking about. So if you get websites from us, like a Roomvo website, those will be integrated with all the QFloors software. And so if you make a product change in QFloors, that gets reflected on the website. And for that, you would need to get the website from us, or you would need to get the catalog from us. And those integrations, the visualization integrations with the websites are actually, fully, they're seamless, and they're on every single product detail page. They're on every listing page. And so the integration there is I would say, better. And those options are available to you today.
Okay. I'm just scanning through some of these. I don't know that we're going to have time to answer all of these questions. So I'm just scanning through a few of these. We've already answered 75 questions. And we could maybe go another hour. So we'll try to get some of these that we're not answering. We might have to come back and just circle back with you. Can a Broadlume visualizer be converted to Roomvo? Do you know what that means? Or do you have any idea what that means?
Can a Broadlume visualizer be turned into Roomvo?
Be converted to Roomvo. Is that clear? Or does that mean
not clear, but I think if your question is, can you get a Roomvo website if you're currently using someone else's website platform, then the answer is yes. In fact, we'll save you money, and we'll probably provide you with a much better level of service.
And if that doesn't answer your question, just email me back. We'll get you an answer. We're going all in on QFloors and Roomvo. I love it. A lot of great just comments, positive thank you for all the love that you're giving in the comments. If you want more information about Roomvo, just type in Roomvo in the question, just Roomvo, so just that, and somebody will get back to you on their products. So if you have more questions about their products, just in the questions area, just type in Roomvo and we'll call you back. The other thing is we're reminding everybody about our 25th anniversary cruise. The due date to sign up for that's coming up at the end of the month. Pawel will be there with some of his team. We'll be a week together. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be, QFloors Roomvo anniversary cruise. It's going to be awesome. So that's in August. We have a lot of, if you don't know the details, call in. We'll get you what you need there.
I'll be there with my twins.
Oh yeah, you're bringing your family,
as well as with the pen.
Let's see. I'm just scanning through here. Is the sample checkout similar to Samples app?
Well, we have sample management capabilities, so you can check out samples with our RSA tools. But I would say with our RSA tools, you can also manage leads. There's AI capabilities that are on there. There's visualization capabilities. There's a whole kind of CRM lead management component to it that I think is really powerful, and as well as analytics. So I would encourage you to check us out.
There's some interesting comments in here too, some interesting questions. I don't think we will direct questions about Do we see ourselves as a direct competitor to Syncly or Broadlume? Yes, we are a direct competitor. Can you take over some of your competitors' websites and help us out? Yes, we can do that. So, well, QTagger.
We would probably save you money as well, because I think our in terms of digital advertising, for example, we're well below the benchmark for the industry in terms of cost per lead, and in terms of the website itself. I think other tech providers in the industry are frankly overcharging for their services, and you should be able to get the same or similar products from us at a substantially lower price.
Here's a question about QPro and RSAs using QPro on iPads. Yes, iPads, phones, all mobility. That's what Pawel was talking about before, that we will have all that for QPro. Can you customize a kiosk, and how do you go about updating it as you add new products or manufacturers to the kiosk? How are they updated with new products and manufacturers?
Actually, they're updated automatically. So if we have any SKUs or products that are added or dropped from manufacturers that you work with, then those automatically get propagated into the kiosk, into the website, and across the board when manufacturers make those changes. How do we know which manufacturers you work with? You simply tell us at the beginning of us working together, and all the appropriate products are added into the system, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. When you make changes in QFloors to those products, those will be reflected there and across the board as well.
Here's one I think a lot of people are asking, just kind of in general. How hard is it to convert from, like, let's say they're asking specifically about from a Broadlume website to a Roomvo website? How hard is that to convert?
Actually, very easy, and we've got nearly 1,000 websites already, 1,000 dealers who have converted from other platforms, including competing platforms, and everybody's super happy. We've got incredibly high retention rates. Nobody is leaving us. People are coming over in droves, and we are continuing to invest in even more capabilities on that front. So long story short, it's super easy, and we've got a whole team that is ready to serve you and help you with the websites, as well as any other needs you might have.
Interested to know more about how the leads are uploaded to QFloors from Roomvo. So yeah, just get with our support department, and they can help you take leads from Roomvo into QFloors.
There's a question here that a competitor has a visualizer. Can Roomvo go on top of that? So in other words, can you use Roomvo with another website platform? And the answer is yes. In fact, we have numerous dealers that use Roomvo but don't use our websites. They will use other competing websites, including Broadlume, as was asked in that question.
Can an installer get the drawing in installer view from the docs page? Answer is currently no. So just a short answer there real quick. And I think going along with keeping the customer updated on their job, will they be able to, for us and the installers, we will be enhancing like a lot of the installer view and account view products, especially when we get to QPro. So a lot of what's been done in installer view, account view, Q orders, all that kind of stuff, it'll probably be pretty much the way it is until we get going over into QPro, but then things will start to be enhanced at that point. So that's probably one that will be coming. And we have one more. Let's see, going along. Let's see. Oh, just one more. We got one more. We've answered 100 questions. Woo! In an hour. And I know people are dropping off but we still have a lot of people hanging in here. I don't know. We must be pretty interesting. You know that, right? An hour and a half? Can you keep somebody's attention for an hour and a half? That's like worse than church, right? Or whatever. All right. Do you do you see Roomvo doubling down and QFloors, I'm guessing, on Measure Square partnership coming out with a competitive product that works more seamlessly? I would say, if I can answer this probably, and then you can come into here. The integration between QPro and Measure Square is a completely different experience than the one that you're having with QFloors right now, which is one of the reasons we're going to QPro, so that we can add these integrations more seamlessly. That's an advantage of QPro, where QFloors has a little bit more difficulty integrating with external software programs. So Measure Square is an awesome estimation tool. It's one of the best. I mean, I've looked at all the tools across the years, and they have a really good tool. So I would say, as we get to QPro, the integration will be better, and I think that's what you're looking for, what you're asking for. So I don't know if you want to say any more about that, but is there a plan to have cabinets in Roomvo as well? Cabinets in Roomvo in the visualizer, I'm guessing.
The AI designer that we have already shows different kinds of cabinets, but we'll be looking to soup up our capabilities on that front even further.
Okay.
Stay
I'm
tuned.
guessing I know the answer to this. I'm going to let you answer it. We already have a kiosk that is not a Roomvo kiosk. Can we convert it over, or do we have to buy the new hardware?
Oh, good question. If you've already got a kiosk or like a big touch screen or something like that, then there is likely an ability to put the Roomvo kiosk capabilities on it. It's hard to answer the question without knowing the specific details around what that hardware is, but I mean, the general answer is absolutely yes.
So contact your team and they can
contact our team. Yeah, I haven't seen any hardware that can't work with our kiosk, with our kiosk software. So should be able to accommodate.
I think we made it. Well, we at least cleared off a bunch of. Somebody's clearing them off. I don't know. 104 questions. That's got to be a record.
That's awesome. Yeah, I really appreciate everybody joining us, and for those who are still here, there's still a lot of people that are still here. Thank you for enduring the the whole hour and a half with us. It's really awesome to be in front of you all and be able to speak to all of you, get all your engagement here, and really appreciate your business and looking forward to bringing a lot of new innovation, a lot of integrations and capabilities over the near term and over the long term, and continue to earn your trust. Really appreciate that.
I think you can already see how connected we already are in what we're doing here, and how our visions are very similar and have been. And it's rare, like he said, it's rare to have this, to see this. And I think that's why we did it at this time, because it was just, I don't know that either of us were looking at this like this, but it happened. And I think it's just because it was the best thing for our customers and the industry. And so we both looked at it that way. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for your time. And
we've got some comments in the chat here for an encore, so we might need to do this again soon.
Give us a few months. And then I think we'll have some more answers, right? Like as we get down the road here, more towards summertime, I think we'll have more answers about all these different kinds of questions. So thank you so much. Thank you, Pawel. Thank you, Aaron, for answering the questions. And we'll be seeing you soon.
See you soon. Bye for now.